Hello, and welcome to a special edition of Why You Should Care called What the Fuck Happened? Election night has come and gone like a midnight pandemic hookup, and now America sits alone in her socks, riddled with disease and contemplating her life choices. By the end of the anxiety poop that was last night's election, the blue wave Joe Biden was expected to ride in on seemed less like a triumphant return and more like the sad Woody wave at the end of Toy Story 3. And while America watched over 60 million people say "so long, partner" to their decency and morals, if you're like me, you're just wondering what the fuck happened? Well, a lot of things. Now, I want to preface this by saying, like Ford Truck Month, this election is by no means over. Millions of mail-in votes have to be counted all over the country, and too many states are too close to call. That being said, it's a nail biter. And not like the human biting, like giant piranha teeth biting. Also, I'm filming this at 12:41 in the afternoon, so if you are watching this a week from now, you're gonna know a lot more than I do. You lucky bastard. The point being, so much is up in the air right now. So, where are we at? At this moment, according to the New York Times, Biden has preliminary leads over Trump in both the Electoral College and the national vote. And here are the states that are too close to call. Nevada, Alaska, Arizona, Wisconsin, Michigan, North Carolina, Pennsylvania, and Georgia. Both NPR and Fox News have called Arizona for Biden. But regardless, all these states have the same issue as a 5-year-old trying to figure out math: counting. Voter turnout is huge right now for both parties, but Democrats voted overwhelmingly by mail, whereas Republicans voted largely day of. That's part of the reason why this election, which has already been fucking eternal, like Meatloaf's surprise leftovers, it's unfortunately gonna last a couple more days. But this whole thing is a strategy, right? This is what Trump wanted. If Republicans vote day of and Democrats vote by mail, but vote by mail votes can't be counted right away or as easily as day of, then of course right now Republicans are going to have a decent lead and Trump can declare himself the winner. But as the country counts more than the count on a Coke bender, it's really likely we're going to see Democratic leads get stronger, like the stiff drinks Lady Liberty was knocking back last night when she hit you up at 3 a.m., and Republican leads shrink, like Tom Cotton's teeny weeny peeny in a confession booth. And that's why the New York Times has 8 states labeled as too close to call. Like with both the composition of those mail-in votes and Liza Minnelli's phone number, there are some things we just don't know right now. As of 12:30, Pennsylvania has about 80% of their vote counted, but they've still got a metric fuckload of mail-in ballots that they haven't touched yet. Trump is up there by about 500,000 votes, so will mail-in ballots be enough to flip it real good? Hard to say. But there's still hope. With this current map and the way things are leading, if Biden can win Arizona and Nevada, a really strong possibility, and then eke out a victory in Wisconsin and Michigan, he hits 270 electoral votes, he automatically becomes the president, and I can stop shitting diamonds every time I turn on the news. Which is why it is both so weird and alarmingly on brand for Trump last night to both declare victory of the election, say that all voting should stop, but not in Arizona or Nevada, and claim that he would fight for the presidency via the Supreme Court. How? Who the fuck knows? I don't think even he knows, but can you win the presidency via the Supreme Court? Absolutely. The Supreme Court is the only reason we had President Bush, the squeakquel. The second one, not the first one. In 2000, when Florida was too close to call and a recount was issued, the Supreme Court looked at the case of Bush v. Gore and said, "Fuck your recount, fuck your vote. Here's a roll of nickels, Mr. Gore. Now go down to the picture show and weep into a box of red vines." So why wouldn't President Trump, who's personally nominated almost 30% of the judiciary, including 3 Supreme Court justices, want to use that to his advantage? At noon today, the Trump campaign announced they're going to fight for a recount in Wisconsin, a bitter legal battle that could end up in front of the Supreme Court. Now y'all understand why it was so important White Wine Wendy didn't get appointed? Moral of the story, like a passenger side mirror and your uncle on Grindr, things may look a lot closer than they actually appear. We're just not going to know until all the votes are counted. Across the country, in every state, in every county, every vote, in person and mail-in. Regardless of who ends up on top, we cannot allow the people in power to wipe their crusty ass all over our democracy. Again. So, don't give up yet. Keep fighting. keep counting.